In the far northwestern corner of California lies the Lassen National Park and Lassen National Forest. Named after reputed explorer Peter Lassen, this corner of the North State is covered with snow-capped peaks, bubbling mud pits, ancient lava flows, and exquisite alpine meadows. Come join the OTG crew as we explore the land of Lassen along segment 3 of the California Crest Trail. And if you want to learn more about this epic 2,100-mile overland journey, be sure to check out our website at overlandtrailguides.com. Why don't we get into our adventure now? What's up, guys? We're on the road again. Thomas is sleeping in the back and just finished his last day of first grade, officially a second grader, and we are heading up to Lassen National Forest and Lassen National Park. This actually happens to be the third segment on the California Crest Trail. If you haven't heard about that, go to our website at overlandtrailguides.com. It's a 1,600-mile epic overland route, about 2/3 dirt. Starts down I think at Trona Pinnacles, and it works its way north up through Mount Shasta, goes out to the coast, and finishes in the beautiful coastal village of Mendocino, Northern California. Anyways, I digress. We just went through Red Bluff. It is a pleasant 100 degrees, supposed to be 106 tomorrow. Luckily, we're going to be camping at elevation, but it should be a good one. We got some folks rolling out tomorrow. We headed out a little bit early, gonna secure the campsite, do some exploring, and it should be fun. Let's go check it out. We are rolling into camp, guys. Caught a glimpse of the meadow and the mountain above us, and holy crap, this looks epic here. So yeah, this is our spot. This is gonna be awesome. So we were checking out another campsite in the area just to make sure we're getting the best one. And black bear, I wish I had the GoPro on, just hauling butt, probably about 300 pounds. Really beautiful black bear, but check this out. Talk about next level. And our camp is at the other end. We don't get this view from camp, but I'll take it. You know, we're gonna be in the woods over there. This is pretty awesome. What do you think of our camp, bud? So we're over here checking out our camp. Clearly this is popular for hunters. We totally could. I'm guessing this water is freezing cold, and oh man, not the same view as here. We'll probably walk out to the meadow later and check it out. What up, buddy? Well, guys, we got a Wagyu beef burger on an Oro wheat English muffin, some nice chips, some Golden State cider, and looks like it is supper time for some of the deer out there as well. I wish I would have gotten it, but there was a big old black bear in camp, maybe 150 yards away. You can see those deer running over there. That's where that's where Mr. Bear was too. I started making some noise and he took off, which is a good thing. But That's the second bear that we've seen in maybe 2 hours. And this one was pretty darn big. Maybe he'll come back later. Well, hello there. Beautiful morning here up in the Lassen National Forest. We have Mount Lassen somewhere behind me. And got a little chilly last night, but not too bad. But gosh, I could wake up to this every single day. So we found this. I'm not sure if it's a mushroom. I don't think it is, actually.
Daddy, there's a medium one.
I know, there's a little one over there too.
Yeah,
It looks like it would open up and turn into a flower, but let's see. It's a pretty good size. So we're going on a little walk.
Let's see if we could keep finding the stuff.
Those little flowers that we saw.
Or no, let's see.
Do you think we're gonna have a good view when we get to the other end of the meadow?
Yes.
Yep. And what are you excited for today? Oh, Thomas, look what I see. Oh, it's definitely a flower.
Wait, yeah, it is.
So, yeah, this is what it turns into.
We found the ground version.
So, Bud, we've only been walking, what, like 3 minutes maybe? Yeah. You can walk through the meadow. We walked through it last night. You don't sink or anything. It's nice, relatively solid ground for a meadow. Okay, let's go check out the view up here, and then we'll go back. Check out the view. And hold on, Bud. You can see our camp is right over there. And that is Broke Off Mountain, the remnants of Mount Tehama that eroded, I think, over the course of several 100,000 years. And that is essentially the lava chamber that is left. Jump, jump. Look at that. That is pretty, isn't it? Wow. All right, guys, let's talk about the agenda for today. I'm not sure we have one. Thomas wants to hang out here by the creek and play, really eager for other kids to show up. But I kind of want to go over to one canyon over. It's not even that far, and explore and maybe launch the drone over there. From some of the stuff I saw, it's supposed to look pretty epic. We got some people probably rolling in early afternoon. I think we're going to go for a little hike and try to get a better view of the mountain up the way. So we drove up the next canyon over. Not a whole lot of views until you get to the end, and then there's a ton of camping sites up here. And that, you can see Broke Off Mountain somewhere over there. You can see it through the trees a little bit, but I think I'm going to launch the drone. The only thing is, sunlight is a little bit harsh, so we'll throw on one of the heavier filters and see how we do. With its snow-capped peaks and mountain slopes shrouded with an emerald blanket of pine and fir, this side of the Lassen National Forest is absolutely stunning. Back in 2021, the massive Dixie Fire ravaged much of Lassen National Park and Lassen National Forest. Luckily, the western flank of the park and forest managed to escape the destruction of the wildfire. If you'd like to explore the area, we highly recommend checking out the California Crest Trail, specifically Segment 3 that goes through the Southern Cascades and Klamath Mountains. You can also check out the Lassen Backcountry Discovery Trail, which connects the Plumas to the south and the Modoc to the north backcountry discovery trails. You can find more information about both of these routes on our website. And you know, have some carrots and guac, and then one of my favorite desserts, even though my British friends would say it's not the same, good old Cadbury's, and I just lost some garbage. Excellent. So we have this awesome little creek behind us, but the water is cold because it is all like fresh snowmelt, probably like 2 miles upstream. So it's probably like 40 degrees. I'm gonna try to go shovel some pebbles over there, give us a nice little area that, you know, like a 2-foot beach or something like that. We'll see what we can do here. It's cold. Oh my gosh, I cannot feel my ankles, guys. Oh! With the afternoon bleeding into the evening, Thomas and I spent the rest of the evening hanging out at camp. The weather couldn't have been more perfect, around 70 at sunset with a light breeze. A few of our other friends arrived after Thomas climbed up into bed. I hit the sack shortly thereafter, ready to explore Lassen Volcanic National Park the next day. Oh, those are some interesting marshmallows, guys.
Some fire marshmallows.
Oh.
Those are not marshmallows. Oh.
Good morning from Lassen National Forest. It is a beautiful day out here in the forest, as you can see. Can't complain about this. Let's talk about our plans for today. So we had a couple more folks roll through last night, including Daniel and Angie, and we'll kind of go around and introduce you to everybody that's out on this nice little adventure. But we're gonna go over to the national park today. So Lassen National Park actually gets the most snowfall, or Mount Lassen, I should say, out of any mountain in California. So typically Highway 89, which is the main highway that goes through the national park, is not open until July. Luckily, it was light snowfall. Well, I shouldn't say luckily, but there was light snowfall in California this year. So they've opened up the highway, but we're not 100% sure on everything that's gonna be open. I wanted to visit Bumpus Hill, but I'm quite positive, looking at the amount of snow that's on the Gaia snow layer, that it's not open. But we'll still go visit some cool stuff. There's definitely some cool views along the way. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Let's go check it out. Beautiful. What do you got, bud?
A ladybug.
Did it land on you, or did you get it?
I got it on that big rock over there.
That's pretty cool, dude.
In the creek.
group was beaming with excitement as we left camp and made our way to Lassen National Park. Our first stop along the way would be Chaos Crags. Immediately, we were blown away by the rugged beauty of the crags. The crags came to be when a massive rock slide slid down the mountain just a short 350 years ago. As you can see, the kids loved running, jumping, and scrambling over the jumbled rocks. Looks like we picked up a passenger back here. Who's this? Me?
I'm me.
Me? I'm me too.
Roxy.
Roxy and?
Knuckles and Thomas.
And Thomas. And where are we? So our next stop is going to be at Lake Helen, and I hear there's a lot of snow up there, and we're going to have a little bit of snowball fight. It's going to be kids versus
Grown-ups.
Grown-ups. This should be fun, guys.
He's so down.
You're going down. Well, we didn't make it to Lake Helen because it was still under several feet of snow. However, we managed to have the snowball fight as promised at the Lassen Peak Trailhead parking lot. This might have been the highlight of the trip for the kids and some of the adults as well. Ah! Getting attacked here. Heads up! Ah! Ah! Whew. Hey, don't go too close over here. You can't get me.
Oh, yes, I can.
Ah! All right, guys, we are going to the visitor center. I forgot what this one is called. It has a Native American name, but let's go check out and see what's inside. Then I think we're gonna have lunch, hang out, go check out the Sulphur Works mud pit, and probably head back to camp and do some exploring along the way. Let's go. We made our way into the visitor center for a bit of seismic history and learning. Turns out there are 4 distinct types of volcanoes, and Lassen Peak happens to be what's known as a plug dome volcano. In fact, Lassen Peak is the world's largest plug dome volcano. It was emplaced approximately 27,000 years ago, stands 10,457 feet high, and is the southern terminus of the Cascade Volcanic Arc. The last eruption at Lassen Peak occurred in 1921 after a sustained period of volcanic activity in the years leading up to the eruption. I was really hoping to explore the 3-mile boardwalk trail through Bump as Hell, but unfortunately, much of the trail was still under snow and closed to the public. Instead, we opted to check out the popular Sulphur Works boiling mud pits, which are just a short walk from the parking lot. Aside from the sulfuric smell, the boiling mud pits are pretty awesome, but I still think a visit to Bump as Hell will need to happen in the not-so-distant future. We'd spend the rest of the day exploring the dirt roads and trails closer to camp in search of the perfect view of Lassen Peak. The view turned out to be a bit more elusive than we'd imagined, but we still managed to gain a nice glimpse of the glacier-capped peak. I firmly believe if we were more committed to trudging through the bush, the view would be ours. There's always next time. Nope. Who's up next?
Me.
What you got, Thomas?
Oh,
Oh! We spent the remainder of the evening hanging out by camp and playing games. The kids loved frolicking in the meadow and making boats to float down the stream. Lassen National Park and National Forest, you better believe we'll be back. Till next time, Godspeed and safe travels.